So we are currently in an information war zone right now, and we are very freaking under-equipped for this. We have tweets, we have videos, we have TikTok videos, all this stuff. And I'm sure that you want to capture all this and you want to do the best that you can with it, but you are not equipped for this. We did not learn how to deal with this stuff in school. Nothing in our life has usually taught us how to handle this. So in this video, I want to share with you guys how I've actually developed something that helps me handle this, because I felt like I was alone in this war zone. I didn't know how to handle all this stuff that was coming in, but I really felt like I got a grip on it. And I'm gonna share with you my method, but I think it's something where I'm gonna share it, how I do it, and it's going to help you create your own for yourself. So let's talk about this in this video. So firstly, for the longest time, I've been keeping all these notes. I've been very good about keeping notes. But then I realized that my notes were just getting growing, and I wasn't doing nothing with them. And it was just becoming this graveyard that was empty. I just didn't feel like it was making the most of it. And it felt like everything was moving so fast, all these ideas. I would watch these TikTok videos, or I would watch these YouTube videos that were super long, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is an amazing information. This is something that can change my life. And then it just wouldn't happen. Nothing would happen with it. I wouldn't be able to make anything of it. And I started to get upset when I would find something good, because I started to think like, I know I'm not gonna be able to do anything with it. So why am I even getting excited? And I don't think we want to be in that state. So firstly, when I realized that, and I realized I had so much coming in, I had to find out what the actual problem was and what the solution was going to be. If I could get very clear on the problem, I would be able to find that solution. So I sat there with ChatGPT, and I was this at a time where I was learning about the 15 problems you can carry around. But basically from a book, I learned that if you carry around your 15 most important problems, then you'll be able to find the solutions in your life. So I just wanted to get one, because I just wanted to start with that. So I started brainstorming it with ChatGPT, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. All these ideas are going away. It took me about 5 tries with that until I got the one specific problem that I was dealing with. And it was basically, if I had an ability to capture an idea super simply, to organize it super simply, and to be able to distill it into something actionable in the world, everything would be fine. Everything would be perfect. I would love that. I would be very happy. So after I found that problem, I was like, okay, I'm starting to think about solutions for it. I'm starting to think about ways I could do this. And I started to use something that Elon Musk had talked about, where you just imagine the perfect scenario. If you had no limits, like what would be that solution? And for me, it was like, okay, if I had an AI robot that would go into my phone, automatically, I would just tell it the idea that I had. It would sort it into my notes, and then it would be able to give me ways of applying it into what I'm doing. That would be the perfect way to do it. So of course, we don't have that yet. We don't have that technology yet, but I started to think about solutions that were around that. So what I basically come up with, I'm gonna show y'all guys right here. Once I found that problem, I came up with the ability to just capture something super simply, organize it super simply, and distill it. It's a little bit of the Pair method. It's a little bit of just note taking in general, but it has this AI that helps it enhance, that upgrades the ability and makes it super smooth. So firstly, like I said, I'm gonna show y'all my way, but a lot of this stuff y'all might not be able to use. So just think about it your own way for every step that I'm doing here. So firstly, I don't think y'all can see it. I can't really show y'all my phone, but if you see from all the way over here, there's 3 little things on my phone. I don't know if you can see this. There's 3 little things on my phone. I want my camera to focus on me though. But basically, on my phone, I have a little folder that when I click this folder, it automatically takes me to just one big folder where I keep all of my notes. Now, when this folder gets too big, I'll create another one, but it's just a pin note that I have. So that folder is where I capture everything. And when I have an idea, I just automatically put it into there. It's that simple. I don't have to think about it so much. I don't have to think about where I'm gonna put it. It's just I'm putting it into there, ready to organize it later on in the day. So I also have a little action button on my phone, which is something you can hold, and it'll show me all my pinned notes. So for me, that's really freaking useful, because no matter where I am on my phone, I can automatically get to that note where I capture everything, and I just put it in there. Super simple. Don't gotta think about it. Makes it easy. Secondly, what I do is at nighttime, I have something called a debrief. And what that is basically just something that I run down, a couple of steps that I run down to get to sleep. And in one of these steps, it's with ChatGPT. Firstly, let me say, with ChatGPT, there's something that you can use called instructions, and it's a project that you can create. So for that, I have a project that I created, and in the instructions, I have it with every single step that I want to run for my debrief. And step number 3 in that is I ask me, what is everything that you learned today? What is everything that you learned? So what I do for that step, all I do is copy and paste that notes folder, or the things that I learned for today that I put down today, and I copy and paste it into there. And then in the instructions on ChatGPT project, I have what I want it to do with those things. So firstly, I say, just make it look a little nicer. Give me a little summary, give me a little title. Secondly, I ask it, give me a way that I can apply this thing tomorrow. Thirdly, I also, in the ChatGPT project, I forgot to tell y'all, you can put in little files. So I put in the file, I took little pictures of my notes app, and for my notes app, I have the para method. So I just have like all these notes and they're categorized like fitness, relationship, whatever it might be. And I put that into the instructions for the project. So that third thing that I ask you to do is give me a recommendation on where you think that this note should go. So from copying and pasting this thing, I get all those 3 things that are super important for me. And the next day that I wake up in the morning, I'll go to the computer and I'll look at this thing and I'll pull from it to make goals for the day. So these things that I learned yesterday, it already has a way that I can apply it. I pull it if I think, okay, I can actually use this. I'm gonna set this as a goal for today. So it just takes the mental load off of having to think about it. ChatGPT is sorting it for me. So that's about 5 minutes all in all, from capturing it to organizing it to sorting it myself in the morning. I maybe like 10 minutes, but still. So that's the whole process right there. I'm pretty sure I didn't leave out any steps. You know, I could give y'all that prompt if y'all want the prompts. But it's pretty simple. Like, it's just taking it and you're making it so freaking smooth. And now I can just capture an idea. It's automatically going to get sorted at night, and automatically I'm going to be able to figure out how I could use it tomorrow. And now I feel super confident in my ability to be able to make something of my ideas. And now because of that, I want to capture every freaking idea. Like, every single thing I'm seeing, I'm trying to capture it. It's like I had this little nozzle on my flow of ideas, but now it's unloaded. Now everything's just coming out. Anything I see, even if it's something super small, I'm getting it down. So for yourself, I know this is super complicated in terms of how I do it. That's how I figured it out. I had to tinker with it. Just ask myself, how do I want to capture the idea? How do I want to organize the idea? How do I want to distill the idea? For myself, it's either making it into a YouTube video or just making it into a goal. Those 2 things. So you just have to think about those 3 steps for yourself. What's a simple way that you can capture ideas? What's a simple way you can organize ideas? And what's a simple way that you can distill ideas into the world so that you actually start to remember it and you make something of it? You start to apply it. That's how you remember these things. That turns that knowledge that you're learning right now into applied knowledge, which is the most important thing that you could do in this day and age. So I just want to share this with you guys because somebody had asked me about how I get my video ideas. And this is basically how I do it, because I'm just capturing things. I'm always learning stuff. I'm looking at YouTube videos, and anytime I get an idea, I'm putting it down. I'll think about it tomorrow, and then I'll make a video idea from it if I think it's super interesting, and if I think I could give you value with it, and if I want to share it with you. So please let me know if you guys come up with anything interesting, if y'all even recommend any tweaks for me, for my system. I know you guys probably have some good systems, but I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day, week, peace.